Welcome to Burn Your Shit, Lunar Eclipse edition. Just getting set up here. Got a little bit late, but that's okay. We're making it happen, just getting things sorted. I hope you have all of your stuff. If you want to do it alongside me, I'll be telling you what you need, but don't worry about it. It's still going to work even if you're watching along and not actively burning, because I'll tell you what, y'all have sent me some juicy shit to burn on your behalf. And that is what we are doing tonight. Oh, it's quite evocative, this background. My little neighbor here put up some cute, cool lights. It's giving a whole vibe here. I have my trusty cauldron, and just making sure you can all hear me okay, because I am struggling with a bit of a sore throat, but that's okay. I'm just so happy to not, look at me bare-necked in this balmy, -2 or whatever it is here. I have my moon water, which I talked about in an earlier story. If you wanted to, I put some water out. Normally we don't work with things like moon water during eclipses, but this specific eclipse, I put a couple of stories about it up earlier. This is a really special eclipse. So the water, as long as it's worked with very intentionally, in the right way, we're not going to be drinking it or anything. It can be very, very useful in the work that we're doing. Please, yes, everyone, say where you're coming in from, because I love seeing where people are zooming in from. I see North Carolina, of course, Ontario. We've got some LA babes coming in. I think we might have a couple of my Aussie sisters joining. Love it, love it, love it. PEI, so cool, so cool. So I am doing this, hey London, hey Toronto. I am doing this from southwestern Ontario, and like I said, it is the first time I've been doing it without a blizzard in months. I mean, I can't remember the last time I did it where I wasn't dodging snowflakes, so yay, I'm so happy. You all, we don't have a ton of stuff to burn. Well, maybe it is. I always think it isn't a lot until I start doing it, and it's like, God damn, there's a lot of stuff here. But the burns are intense, and they're really specific to the time that we're in and just the astrology of the moment. It's juicy, so let's get into it. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to very briefly talk about the astrology of this full moon, because each full moon has its own flavor, depending on where it's sitting in the sky, and why we do this ritual. And then we're going to burn our shit. I'll do a little grounding thing beforehand. We'll burn our shit. Then I'll do a little closing thing, and then I will pull a card for everyone, for the collective at the end, so we have a message for the end. Also, the tarot scopes, Burn Your Shit has been coming up right around the first of the month, so if you follow me on, what is it called, YouTube, it's been a long day. If you follow me on YouTube, just check out Lori Deanne or Tarot Lori, links in my bio. I have tarot scopes as well as an energy reading for March, so you can check out whether you're sun, moon, rising. It's very cool. Hey Jamaica, love it, love it, love it. Oh my God, amazing. I love seeing everyone from all over. Yeah, so check out the tarot scopes and the energy reading for the month of March. Spoiler alert, it's a bit of an exhale compared to what we were dealing with February. So February has the biggest astrology of the year, and also just FYI, February, March, April, it's crunchy astrology. It's difficult. It's not the bounty, blessings, blessings, blessings kind of astrology that we sometimes get. It's it's where we're doing the work. It's where we're learning the lessons. So any of you who are feeling that, let me know. Hey Arzu, oh my God, I love Arzu is here. She's the one I'm doing with Regina, the retreat in France at the end of May. So if anyone, I think there are a few spots left. And also the tarot intensive. I have 3 spots, maybe 2 now, but I have a few spots left for the tarot intensive, where we'll be honing our intuition. We'll be learning how to put cards together to give readings and messages, and it's a very small group intentionally, where I'll be able to work with you individually. We'll be doing breakouts and stuff to be able to really get a very strong relationship going with your deck. So if you've ever wanted to learn more about tarot for whatever reason, people are using tarot in their businesses, or to support the practices they already do, or just because they're really into tarot and want to really get into it. The Tarot Intensive is, I think, the only training you'll need, because it is sort of like an Ask Me Anything extended over 6 weeks. So if you want information, just send me a DM after and we'll send you information. Anyway, hi, let's burn our shit. I mean, you all have been hearing all the things. I'm not going to get too deep into the astrology, but the full moon was this morning at 3:33 a.m. Eastern time on this, the 3rd of March, the 3rd month. So it's been, 3 is a number of completion already. You know, if you think of the beginning, the middle, the end, it is a number. If you think of the triangle, that's like a platonic ideal in terms of shapes. It's a sacred shape. Pyramids, triangles in sacred geometry, which I write about extensively in Burn Your Shit. So it's that's what is making the astrology at this moment really interesting. Also, it's the first full moon of this year of the horse, and it's not like it's like overnight a light switch goes off and now we're in the year of the horse. There's like a little, year of the snake ending and year of the horse beginning. Like there's some overlap, and this full moon in Virgo, which is about systems and efficiencies and getting your shit together, doing your taxes, putting processes in place to support you, and all of these things, that it's an extra potent energy in the air for releasing. Like full moons are already about releasing, but this is like capital R, double underline, exclamation point, releasing. And your burns reflect that. So that is the energy of this month. The reason we get together under a full moon, even though P.S. I can't see the full moon, it's super cloudy here today, which is unfortunate. It got really cloudy later into as the evening progressed, but full moons are about releasing. It's when the moon reaches the peak of its power and then lets go. So we're harnessing those lunar vibes to give a little extra oomph to this ritual. But you can burn your shit. I'm always saying any day of the week, any time of day, it will always, no one feels worse after burning their shit, okay? It is very empowering and healing and cathartic kind of practice to do, to be very clear on the intention of what you are ready to let go of and release, and then take an action towards that, thus creating a ritual. And what's beautiful is you all send me things from around the world to burn on your behalf, and I call it freestyling, but it's channeling, to reframe these releases so that it's something that can have a bit of resonance, like for the collective, and also because so many people are sending similar things, like about financial scarcity or about fear or anxiety. So I put them together so we're not here, for hours and hours. And what's really cool is someone from Jamaica sends me something to burn, and I'm reading it thinking, oh my God, it's like I wrote it. And then you're watching where you are thinking, holy crap, this really resonates. It's as much our release as it is Jamaica's. And it's also this beautiful collective moment to realize we are more alike than we are different, and that so many of us just feel that helps us feel less alone when you hear me speak something someone else wrote that is just like piercing to you, as if you wrote it. And I'll tell you what, these ones are juicy. Oh my God, they are so juicy. So let's get into it. I haven't even lit my candle. We're gonna light our candle. So if you're gonna do this alongside me or afterwards, you're going to need some form of fire, whether it's a candle or matches. I have my super industrial Costco blowtorch here with my little candle. And you're also going to want some sort of fireproof container. I have a legit cauldron, but you can also use a frying pan or saucepan. I did even leading up to this moment. And let me know, please don't be shy in the comments, okay? Please leave comments if something resonates with you, or oh yes, I feel that, me too. Let me know how you're experiencing this, or if anything I'm saying is resonating, so others can see that as well. It is leading up to this full moon, and just sort of as the year of the snake was ending, I was going through it, you guys. I don't know about you, but I was having these epiphanies and having realizations where it was oh my God, why didn't I see that sooner? That just led to these massive moments of awareness and release and grief, and just why didn't I see it sooner? And feeling oh, way to be psychic, Lori. How come you didn't know that? But we are all on a path, we're all on our journeys. So it's been like building towards this moment. You know, this is almost, rather than tonight for me personally, I don't know about you, being like the climax of the full moon, this is more just like everything else was leading up to it, and this is more just like the epilogue of it for me, is sort of what it's feeling like. It's just absolutely putting it to bed, putting it to rest. All the stuff so, you know, if you're having dreams, guys, the dreams I've been having, my God, put pen and paper by your bed so that you can like write your dreams as soon as you wake up, because these dreams I'm having are wild, and just the like messages and illuminating that they're doing for me personally, you know, things like that happening, signs showing up, the perfect meditation just landing in my inbox kind of out of nowhere, just stuff like that. So anyway, it's interesting. If you're going to be burning, you have your fireproof container, have pen and paper so you can write down, have some sort of water. This is the moon water that was out under the eclipse this morning. So like, I'm going to be using this all today. If you have moon water, usually I'll talk about it next month when there's no eclipse action, like charging it, because normally I would never work with moon water. But again, because of this eclipse in this moment, I'm going to be using this to add water at the end to all of the ashes, to make like the little shit stew I always refer to before I either dump it or flush it. I'll probably flush it. I've flushed it the last few times because everything's just like Arctic tundra out there. I'm going to be getting rid of it that way. So this is just like supercharging the releasing of it all. Okay, because eclipse energy is so volatile. A lot of people never work with eclipse energy. I normally love it. Like, I'm not making moon water, but to me it just feels like a shot of adrenaline in whatever that eclipse is doing, whether it's manifesting or releasing, you know, whether it's new moon or full moon. And the full moon is the letting go. And so using this ritual on this day with this water can give it a little jolt of extra like oomph. And I don't mind that, because like, if we're releasing, let's fucking go, you know, like, let's release. Anyway, during this ritual, please again share in the comments how you're feeling throughout. If anything really tracks for you, feel free to claim your own release, put it in the comments what you're letting go of, and I'll be reading what we're releasing. And you may feel, while I'm reading it, you may feel a physical reaction. Your stomach starts to grumble, or you're just tearing up, not even crying, but just tears in your eyes, or crying. Or I do a lot of sighing, and it's just like your body processing. It's your body processing this energy. It's having it move through you. It's your soul saying, yes, this tracks. Yes, thank you. This is absolutely, this is it. Yes. You may find that if you're lighting stuff on fire, certain parts of the paper don't burn. And it's really interesting to investigate those, because often on a piece of paper, it could be a word here and a word here that like don't burn for some reason. And the words are like love self, or go now, or, you know, words like that, where it's like, ugh, you know, messaging. Okay. So we'll probably see some of that. We are bringing in all of the elements. Fire is the most transformative of the elements. Water is the most purifying and cleansing. Air is the engine that makes it all go. It is carrying the smoke, you know, up to spirit or creator, whatever your word is for that, that universal energy. And then the ground, normally I go and dump the shit. I might flush tonight. Well, now that I've said it, I kind of want to dump it, but we'll see. But normally I would dump it into the earth, and bringing in that earth element. You could also have some crystals around while you're doing it to just represent the elements. And if you have no elements represent, that's okay too. You're still going to feel better than when you started. So don't put pressure on yourself to have like the perfect witchy setup. It can be as elaborate or as bare bones as you want. It's your ritual. What else do I want to say? Yeah, and the reason we work with the full moon, I mean, the moon is about the subconscious. It's about the dreams. It's about intuition. It's about the things bubbling beneath the surface, you know, and the sun sees our body, the moon sees our soul. It's when, you know, we all know the stuff about how kids start to go kooky around a full moon. Our sleep goes to crap. Oh, P.S. tonight, your sleep might be beautiful. Your sleep might be a hot mess. Your sleep might be a hot mess, but you still feel amazing tomorrow. Let me know in the comments. And if you post anything, please tag me. Or you may have no reaction at all. That's fine too. But it's something that is just kind of worth noting. Oh, should moon water on this new moon or no? Oh, we already talked about that a ton. Don't be drinking this water. I'm using it just because of this astrological moment we're in. Normally, moon water is something you could water your plants with, cook with, even drink from. If you're just, don't be leaving it outside and then drinking it with no cover. Gross, because who knows what little squirrels have been like pooping in your water or something. But we're not imbibing in this water this time at all, because again, it's potent releasing water. So we don't want to like ingest it. We want to use it to help. Yeah, you could take dissolvable paper or even regular paper and write a word down or a name of someone or something and just like sort of drown it, like drown your shit. If you have moon water, that kind of stuff can happen. And if I miss out on comments, if you have any comments, please put them in there, or any questions, sorry, put them in the comments. And then this beautiful coven that we're all joining tonight will definitely answer if I don't see it, because we have a lot of OG shiprunners here too. All right, so I'm going to do a quick little grounding exercise. It's just going to take a few minutes to just like settle us into this space, okay? So I want you to close your eyes and just listen to my voice. And we're going to ground with 3 deep cleansing breaths. You're going to inhale through your nose, exhale out your mouth. And you're going to feel your belly rise and fall with each breath, knowing that you are completely safe and supported in this moment. So let's do an inhale. And exhale. And breathe in through your nose. And exhale out your mouth. And last breath in. Keep your eyes closed and just listen to my voice as you think about what or who is holding you back from stepping into your power and discovering your purpose. What is keeping you from bravely speaking your truth? It can be attitudes or emotions, illness or debt, grudges, addictions, or habits. Consider what you need to release in order to reach your potential. Is it a toxic relationship or where you're living? Are you clinging to expectations about how you thought your life would look? Do you feel like a disappointment to others or yourself? Are limiting beliefs getting in your way? Is it not believing you're lovable or not knowing your worth? Is it a specific job or how you perceive money? Is it how you look at your body? What stories are you carrying that belong to you or someone else that need to be released? Focus on what comes to mind. What is stopping you from being unapologetically, authentically you? Notice what's coming up and trust your intuition. You may have a laundry list of things to release or one main thing that is blocking you, but trust what is coming. Now open your eyes. Get your pen and paper if you're doing this. And you can also do this so as you're sitting alongside us and just rip it up, flush it down the toilet as long as it's not a big wad, or go bury it in the ground or burn it after. But write down, I now choose to release. And then under that, you're going to write whatever came to mind. Do it on separate slips of paper. Don't make one huge list, because we want to give each item the ceremony and time and respect that it deserves for its release. Okay? And you're going to read that release out loud. I now choose to release whatever it is. And then you're going to follow that up with, and so it is, as you light it on fire and watch those words burn. So I now choose to release, la la la, and so it is, over your frying pan or cauldron or whatever you're using, or ripping it up. And I want you to take a moment to see those words disappear before your eyes, because in that moment you're claiming your power, you're stepping into your agency, you're becoming the protagonist of your story instead of someone else's sidekick, and you are writing your next chapter instead of being a passive reader. So I want you to really sit in that, and just like like notice how that is feeling for you. Let me show you how it's done. Got my little fancy clipper clappers here so that I don't burn myself, because you all are very nice about always being concerned about my well-being, because I get all excited. Okay, I mean, we're starting off with a total banger. And you'll see too, I'll sometimes add things on the end, or I'll read what was originally sent and then show you my reframe, just to show you how it can transition from being kind of passive to more active. So I now choose to I now choose to release the feeling that I am a failure. So that was what was sent in. And here's what I added. I now choose to release the feeling that I am a failure, because I am likely holding myself up to the unrealistic expectations of other people and arbitrary ideas of what success even looks like. So I'll focus instead on what brings me joy and peace. And so it is. See the difference? I mean, doing the one is fine, but this just adds a little bit more agency to the whole thing. And then look at the words that didn't burn. Other people. Oh, the words that didn't burn were likely other people. Come on, guys. Right? Yeah. And you might find too that some paper like burns and goes out, burns and goes out, burns and goes out. And that is, and others will just go up in a big whoosh. And that's because some of this stuff takes a lot of time to get embedded within us, you know? And so it might take more than 1 month of burn your shit to get rid of it. So just keep that in mind too. Where are my little, I think I prefer my little tweezers, my old-fashioned tweezers. Here we go. All right. Whew. I now choose to release people and events that cause me to doubt my self-worth. That's nice on its own. I like my cards when we do tarot readings. They love to give homework, and I kind of do with Burn Your Shit too, like to make us more active participants instead of like bippity boppity boo and hoping for the best. I now choose to release people and events that cause me to doubt my self-worth, and that starts and ends with boundaries that I set, i.e. ditch the dingbats, using no as a complete sentence, remembering that I'm an adult who can remove myself from situations or events that deplete or diminish me. Right? And so it is. Oh, okay, that one wanted to go. That one was like, we're ready to go. Right? Juicy, yeah. All right. So someone wrote in, and these are like super juicy, you guys. They're very much of the moment that we're in. I think you're gonna really dig them. Okay, I now choose to release not knowing what is holding me back. And here's what I added. And I release resisting anything that can help me discover what that might be. So like not just resisting, not knowing what's holding you back, but releasing the resistance to figuring it out, because it might not be what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So like, go to therapy, ask a trusted friend for feedback. What do you think's holding me back? Please give me some loving feedback, loving and honest, you know? Like if you really want to know, you have to take action. So let me say the whole thing again. I now choose to release not knowing what is holding me back, and I release resisting anything that can help me in discovering what that might be, i.e. therapy, trusted friend advice, etc. And so it is. Ooh, I'm going to drop that right in. And that one, no crumbs, as the kids say. Is that what they say? Is that still a thing? Anyway, it went up in flames. Yeah, you feel that one, right? I'm just like, yeah. Okay, someone wrote, I now choose to release anger toward family members and family trauma. If only we could just twink and it's gone, right? Here's how I reframe that. When I was channeling today, I now choose to release the lure of letting my trauma define me. The lure, right? Because it becomes an identity. Even though you don't like it, it's what's comfortable and known. So it is, even though we don't want it, it's like we don't know, it's like subconsciously we think, well, there's no other option. So I now choose to release the lure of letting my trauma define me, because it is a chapter, maybe 2 chapters of my story, but it is never the entire book. And so it is. Right? Bye-bye. Yep. No ashes left on that, or no ashes, no paper left on that, all ashes. Ooh, this is a big long one. Okay. I now choose to release tension and resentment that keep me from moving forward. And here's what I added. And I will do things like getting a massage, doing yoga, or just stretching for a few minutes every morning. Or I will write letters to the people I resent and burn them. Or I'll have difficult conversations. Or I'll refuse to stay silent because my voice matters just as much as anyone else's. Because tension and resentment don't just disappear on their own. And so it is. Oh, dang. Okay. Inferno. That one really wanted to go. Oh, juicy. Oh, this one I could actually, this one I was feeling when I saw it at first. I now choose to release negative self-talk about my memory and the belief that my mind is slow. Huh? Then I added on to that, because even though aging is real, there are things I can do to keep my mind sharp. So instead of shit-talking myself to myself, I will focus on supporting my beautiful brain as it ages. Let's all do a Sudoku. And so it is. Doop, doop, doop. Oh, I feel like a word might not burn. Yeah, the word that just didn't burn and then it caught was myself. So it's almost like it's emphasizing that it's like good news all in your head, bad news all in your head. Like it starts and ends with you. Okay, I now choose to release the fantasy of a future life that keeps me from being present where I am today. And here's where I'll read it all before I burn it, but I wanted to I got on my soapbox for a few of these too, guys, just so you know. Some of these made me feisty. Because having gratitude for my current blessings is the surest way of co-creating a fabulous future. I'll say that all again in a second, but I just want to say, in Burn Your Shit, the life-changing magic of rituals, there is a whole chapter on starting and ending your day with intention and the importance psychologically and energetically and biologically in how to cultivate happiness, how to cultivate, the key to manifesting is staying regulated. You can't manifest if you're not regulated, because it's great to have intentions and take inspired action, but if you're swimming in lack and resentment and fear and just and you're not doing anything to contribute to your just baseline regulation as much as possible, then it just puts up a wall, it puts up a barrier. So gratitude journaling, attracts like. If you focus, however briefly, on what you're grateful for in this moment, it brings in more to feel grateful about. If you're marinating in lack and regret and scarcity and fear and doubt and all those things, even though it's not saying don't feel your feelings, but to just sit and unpack your luggage there, then it just gives you more reasons to feel that way. So it doesn't mean you're la 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 la, it's all great, when it's not. We're not doing that. It's not fantasy, but it's just taking that time to see. And it can't just be I'm grateful for the roof over my head. We all are grateful for the roof over our head. It's more, I'm grateful for that person that gave up their parking spot for me, or that person who let me in line at the grocery store when I was in a hurry. The little things like that. And if you remember, well, anyway, I get into it in the book, but if you take the time to remember 3 things from the day before, the following morning, because your brain has to go back in your memory, and because you are not just 3 things you're grateful for, but why. I'm grateful for that person who let me in line at the grocery store because I was late, and it really just reaffirmed my love for humanity, that someone would be so kind when we're all struggling, we're all hurrying, whatever, it just really helped me out. And then I was able to get to my son's baseball game on time, and blah, 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 blah. But when it's I'm grateful for this because, anyway, I'll get off my soapbox, and you're thinking about the day before, the neuroplasticity is just further formed into new grooves that are much more beneficial for you. Anyway, here's the burn. I now choose to release the fantasy of a future that keeps me from being present where I am, because having gratitude for my current blessings is the surest way of co-creating a fabulous future. And so it is. Uh-oh, no tweezers. Uh-oh. And so it is. Nice. And sometimes the paper that doesn't burn is just paper. There's no words, and that's fine. I just like to get them all burned. All right. How's everyone doing? Let me know if any of these resonate. I now choose to release the regret for the paths I did not take and make peace with the version of myself who chose differently. Then I added, because those choices were necessary for what is to come, and I trust that eventually I will have the clarity to see how those crucial, so-called regretful choices really were in living my best life. And so it is. Oh, okay. Hi, Firebomb. Good one. Yeah, nice. All right. Oh yeah, this was a good one. I now choose to release the fear and scarcity mindset that keeps me stuck during my divorce. And I will keep my priority being radical self-care to stay regulated as possible, knowing that it will not always be this hard or this scary. I am my own hero, and I can do this. And so it is. Right? Yeah, bye-bye. And I am living proof of that. I get into that a lot in book 3. And yeah, there is going to be the hardest thing you'll ever do, and so worth it. So worth it. So worth it. Okay. I now choose to release the overwhelm of having too many ideas about the future and the pressure to choose only one. And then I added, because there is no wrong choice, only different ones. The only wrong thing to do is nothing, because that just keeps me stuck. And so it is. Ooh, this one is taking a minute to catch, but then it went. Oh, and words that weren't burning? No and wrong. Like just emphasizing that, right? Love it. Okay, I now choose to release... Oh yeah, good one. Okay, I now choose to release the belief that I need something outside of myself in order to feel better or have energy. And then I added, sometimes we need medication or therapy or other forms of support. And so I'll release any hesitation to prioritizing my peace and my rest above everyone and everything else. And that might mean a messy house or missed deadlines, and that's okay. And so it is. How's that feeling for you? Woo. Firebomb. Nice. Are y'all feeling it? That was a good one. I now choose... Oh, this was good. So someone just wrote, I now choose to release my silence. And honestly, I love that on its own. And I also just wanted to add a little bit, maybe just for this person in particular too, but just to give ideas of like, because the burn isn't it, right? The burn is the starting point. I now choose to... The burn is like the catalyst for the action that is taken, or whether that's a shift in mindset or, you know, saying no to someone or signing up for someone or something or whatever it is. I now choose to release my silence, and I will start looking for opportunities to speak up and stand out. Take an improv class, go do karaoke with a friend, put up your hand to speak in a meeting, or better yet, just speak up. Because the opposite of silence is speaking, and so it is. See how that one is just like nothing left. Oops, hold on. Little ember. There we go. Yeah, okay. And oh my God, 75 million variations of this. I now choose to release fear. And like, if only, but here's how I like to reframe that. I now choose to release expecting fear to be absent before I can do the hard thing, and focus instead on accumulating tools to keep my baseline calm so that fear can be handled instead of dismantled. Huh? And so it is. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Bye-bye. Nice one. Okay, now I'm getting cold. I love that. If it is honest. I don't really know what you mean by that, Jan. Like honest speaking up, you mean? If you mean honest speaking up, yeah, I get that. Yeah, you're not speaking just to hear your voice. You're speaking because you have something to say, and you're not afraid to, like, say it. Yeah. Ooh, and so it is. It feels good to even type and so it is, doesn't it? Yeah. I now choose to release the need to have everything go according to plan in my mind. You know what I'm going to say, because I rarely have control. That's just anxiety. And instead I will focus on staying regulated so I can go with the flow. Guys, if you took a drink every time I said regulated, and so it is, we'd all be schnackered by the end of this. Like, it really is. Staying regulated in these times is an act of radical resistance. The clearest path to resistance is prioritizing your self-care and your regulation. Goosies. Okay, someone wrote, I now choose to release fear of my boss and fear of interviewing while trying to leave a job that no longer serves me. So I'm going to read that again, and then honestly, whenever you hear because, that's my part that I added after. So I now choose to release fear of my boss and fear of interviewing while trying to leave a job that no longer serves me, because that is a younger version of me reacting to a present-day situation, and that version learned to fear people in authority. But my boss is just a grown-up, and so am I. So instead of making this person a boogeyman, I'm going to handle my business as an adult and be my own hero and get the fuck out of there. And so it is. Ooh. Hold on. Ooh, it's still going. Doesn't need me holding it. Yeah, nice. Okay. So many variations of this around health. Ooh, the smoke. I now choose to release the cycle of poor health, injuries, and ailments that keep me feeling stuck and limited. And I added, and that begins with acceptance for what currently is and loving myself anyway. Releasing shame or judgment towards my body because it is doing its best and deserves all of my love at all times. I just got goosies. And so it is. Yeah. Oh, blunk. Okay, how are we doing for time? Oh, it's so funny how it always works out to around an hour. We're right on time. I now choose to release the guilt and grief of feeling unable to show my vulnerability or feeling unsafe to do so. Then I added, and I will start doing it with myself in a journal or with a trusted therapist, doing it, i.e. being vulnerable. And I will also watch Call to Courage on Netflix with Brene Brown to learn how vulnerability is in fact my superpower. And so it is. I think this person just needs to get a reframe on what vulnerability actually is, because when you realize it is, you can't be brave without being vulnerable, then it validates how hard it feels, how difficult it feels, and also how necessary it is. Yeah. Ooh, how many variations of this one? I've got goosies just thinking that, or just reading it to myself. I now choose, honestly, I had very few notes. I added a little bit at the end. I now choose to release the war I declared against my own body and the shame that told me my worth was measured in calories and control. This is what I added when I got feisty. These unattainable goals are set by patriarchal forces in order to keep us small and submissive, weak and worried, and marinating in shame. And so it is. Let's burn our pantyhose and our girdles, ladies. That one felt good. Oh, this is sort of a continuation of it. It's interesting how this is like, and segue perfectly from the last one, because now I'm on it. I now choose to release judging and shaming myself for not always being at my best, because I'd rather be myself in all of its messy, true glory than someone who presents as perfect on the outside, but is a hot mess on the inside. And so it is. Bye-bye. Yeah. Keeping up with the Joneses. Spoiler alert, the Joneses are also a hot mess. I now choose to release, hoping that others will change in order for me to feel at peace. And I had, because their growth is none of my business and was never my responsibility. And so it is. Yeah. Hellfire. That one wanted to go. It's like, that's some bullshit. Let's get rid of it. Toot sweet. That one might be the last one. Let's see. Oh, this one. Someone sent this to me, and I felt this for myself too. I now choose to release the expectations I've held about myself as a parent and the kind of relationship, dreams, and experiences I hope to have with my child, because that is unfair to both of us. And so it is. Because we are all on our paths, right? And sometimes how we are with our kids is part of their path, you know, having to deal with the ramifications of having us as parents. Just like same with our parents, and how we reparent ourselves through parenting, you know? And our kids don't, you know, if we held our kids accountable to our dreams and expectations, then that is denying them a truly authentic human experience. Whew, goosies. Okay. I now choose to release resisting and being afraid of aging. Because, I'm leaving that. Well, no, I'll do it now because I started. I can't just put it down. I added my own little thing. I now choose to release resisting and being afraid of aging, because I won't know the freedom that comes with menopause until I am there. But Tarot Lori promises it will be more than worth the wait. Aging is amazing. And so it is. It's not for wusses, I'll tell you that. But on the other side of menopause, and I had some wise women telling me that when I was in like the throes of perimenopause, when everything is just a shit show. But on the other side, the freedom when we do not have those mothering, nurturing hormones coursing through us and we just don't give a fuck, is amazing. It is so liberating. It's so delicious. Oh, this one. Okay. This burn encapsulates this full moon. And I am going to give you an invitation to do tonight, or in the next couple of days, or at some point down the road. Don't be worried about like timing if you're swamped. Someone wrote, I now choose to release the belief that I am not worthy of being loved. Which is very sad, because we're all worthy of being loved. Here's the invitation: to write a letter tonight or at some point to your younger self. And make it at the age when that thing happened, or the age when things changed. You know, you'll know what that age is, or you'll have a sense, but you'll know that version of yourself. It will be immediate. And you'll write a letter to that younger version of yourself, dear younger Lori, you know, and you will write everything you wish she knew then. Everything you want that little version of you to know. Just unfiltered. Just let her know all of the things you want her to know that you wish you'd known then. And then you'll probably be a bit of a sobbing, heaving mess. Then after that, to take it even deeper, you are going to respond to that letter with a letter from younger you to you today, and what younger you wishes you today knew now. It is incredibly powerful. And then once you've, brought yourself back to life and like peeled yourself off the floor and excavated, all the Kleenex from the tears surrounding you, because it can be a very emotional moment, you burn those letters. We don't keep them. We burn them. So that's an invitation to you. In the meantime, with this, I now choose to release the belief that I am not worthy of being loved, because that was a belief instilled upon me by someone as a result of their trauma, and has nothing to do with my worthiness or theirs. And so it is. And please let me know if you do that exercise and how it goes for you. Okay. Oh God, so many variations of this. I now choose to release old attachments to an ex who did not treat me with honesty or respect. Yo, you need to write a letter. I put this in all caps. Write a letter, date yourself, burn a picture. Like, there are so many things you can do. Again, it goes to the worthiness piece, right? Like, why? How about I now choose to release letting people in my orbit who don't treat me with honesty and respect, and listen to the red flags, because there were red flags, babe. There are always red flags, or at least yellow flags, and to help you release the stink of this last ding dong, you're going to write him a letter, or you're going to burn a picture. Make sure you have nothing in the house that is, or your place wherever you live, that is of him or from him. Like, if you bought a couch together, fine, keep the couch, but get rid of shit, and take yourself on dates. Show yourself love and respect and honesty. Go to a movie by yourself. I'm going to a sound bath by myself in a couple of weeks. I've gone to a couple of things the last couple of weeks, because I'm in a new place too, so it just sort of helps me get out and meet people. But yeah, take yourself out for a great meal. I had a meal at the bar of this amazing restaurant where I live, and it was one of the best meals of my life. The drinks were magical potions, and it was like, oh my God, this place is fabulous, and I felt so good, and I wasn't even going to go out that night. I was going to have like a salad at home. No, thank you. I had a burrata that made me want to punch myself in the face. It was so good. So, whoops. Okay, this just dropped in the fire. Like, it's like the burn was just like, shut up, just burn me. Yeah. And so it is to all of that. We're letting go of doing anything, letting anyone in who is a yellow flag, never mind a red flag, and dating ourselves, burning pictures, doing rituals to release that person, because yuck. And P.S., burn your shit, life-changing magic or rituals. You can even get it out of your library. We'll have a ton of rituals for how to ditch the dingbats that you're done with. Dating ourselves, yummy. I now choose to release the pattern of biting off more than I can chew in order to prove that I am productive, valuable, or worthy. My addition, because it actually has the opposite effect, and people can sense my lack of confidence. So instead, I will show up as myself, knowing that it's enough because I'm enough, just as I am. And so it is. Yummy. Bye-bye. Okay, second last one. How are we doing for time? Goddamn. Nice. Okay, I'm saying goddamn because it always just kind of works it just always ends around an hour. It's great. I now choose to release the protective depression that once served me but no longer does. And then I added, now that I know better, I can take the steps to do better, however that may look. It could be meditation, prioritizing exercise, cutting toxic people out of my life, have some broccoli every so often, whatever. We're not just bippity-boppity booing it, we're going to take action too, because we have that awareness. And so it is. And maybe do some investigation around why that was needed as a protective measure, and see if we can work on acknowledging and healing those parts of ourselves. you know? Whoops. Ooh, did a word not burn? Hold on. Ooh, what was the word? Ooh, hold on. It's a smoking word. What is that? Huh. The two words are over and out. Like over and out. That's kind of funny. Okay. Yeah, and so it is. Okay. Right? Goosies. Okay, this is the last one. And then we'll do a closing thing, and then I will pull a card for the group. I now choose to release the illusions that are blocking me from moving forward, and the need to clarify or manage what others believe about my life, because their opinions are none of my business. And so it is. Ooh, this one, okay, slow, steady burn, not whooshing like the others. Sometimes it takes a bit for this stuff to get ingrained, so it might take a bit to get out. There you have it. How's everyone feeling? Please tag me in anything that you post about this. I love to see it and repost it as well. Please tell people about my work, whether it's readings, rituals, the books, retreats, anything, because I really am so fortunate and have worked really hard to be able to do this as my vocation, you know, and to have a career that is your calling is really, you know, I'm an overnight sensation, 55 years in the making. But I really do want to get these tools in the hands of as many people as possible, because I know how powerful and profound the results are when you work with them. And I know how I have, you know, my medicine is something about, I'm still working on what exactly it is, putting words to it, which is weird for me, but something about like the energy that I imbue my words or actions with. I know that's the medicine, and that's part of, I'm adding water right now to the pile of shit we've burned. I'll show you. Look at that. The tarot intensive, like it's learning tarot, it's learning to tap into your intuition, but it's gathering in the collective, and it's just, I don't know, it's when you get a reading with me, there's like people leave changed. When you do rituals with me, you leave changed. And I'm not saying it's because I'm some like magical guru at all. It is the channel. Like I am the interpreter. I'm the whatever. I'm not the focus. What's coming through is the focus. So if you want more information about the Tarot Intensive, DM me, or check out my website or link in bio. Like I said, there's just a few spots left. It's going to be really, really powerful. I've not worked like in a small group setting like this ever, going so deep. So it's going to be really cool. Also, May, France, bonjour. A few spots left with that, and that is going to be crazy next level witchery. We have a full coven brewing, and what's going to be happening during that is, I just can't even imagine. Like, I can't put into words. I don't know yet, but it's going to be pretty, I can already tell it's going to be major. And if nothing else, card of the day, baby. Tarot scopes, they're on YouTube right now. Energy reading for March is on YouTube. So if you could please check those out, share them, like them, comment, like all that stuff matters. If you've read Burn Your Shit or Big Deck Energy, even if you haven't, and want to do a review on Amazon, Indigo, Barnes & Noble, Goodreads, wherever you do books, that would mean a ton to me. I would really appreciate it. Oh, so funny. You got the audiobook of Burn Your Shit. People have said they have to listen to it on like speed it up, like have the speed jacked up a bit so that it sounds more like me, because she speaks at a normal pace and I tend to talk fast. So that's kind of funny, but she does a great job. Anyway, let's add a little of our music. So good. Got our water in there, and I'm gonna dump it. Okay, let's close this up and then pull a card, okay? All right. There. Oh, I'm so happy to not, even though I still look like it is still cold, but the fact that I'm not in a blizzard right now. Gratitude journal. That's going to be in my gratitude journal tomorrow. I am so grateful that Burn Your Shit was blizzard free, because I cannot fully express the burns and just like I can enjoy it so much more when I'm not in a snowstorm. That's an example of a gratitude that I will be putting in my journal tomorrow. Okay, what I'd love us all to do now is to just close your eyes. I'm going to bring this cup into a close. I want you to close your eyes and put your hands on your heart, both your hands over your heart, and I'm going to say some words, and then I will pause for you to be able to repeat them. So I'm going to say my words, then you're going to repeat them out loud. Okay? Let's do it. I now release those things, thoughts, and people in my life that no longer serve me. I release them without fear or regret. And I replace them with love and healing, knowing that I am whole, I am worthy, I am enough, and I am more loved than I realize. And so it is. How y'all doing? How's everyone feeling? Let me know in the dealio, in the comments, how you're feeling while my fingers are a bit frozen stiff for shuffling, but we'll get her done. Yeah, let me know in the comments how you're feeling, or DM me, let me know how you sleep tonight. I am going to be taking a sleeping pill, as I do for the 3 days leading up to and including a full moon every single month. Otherwise, I don't sleep. Yeah, beautiful. Go to bed. I'm going to bed right after this. Also, I'll be posting this. I've started posting it on YouTube because every so often it doesn't save on Instagram, and then that is a real bummer. So if you missed out on this, or you joined late, or you want to send it to somebody to do, then I'll have a link in my. I'll have a link in stories after to be able to watch it. Okay. I appreciate you showing up. Thank you. Okay. Let's just do it. All right. Emotional and tired. Yeah, welcome to the full moon, right? Okay. What does this gorgeous group of souls need to know right now and for this coming month? I can't pull the card properly. Oh, delicious. Wait, do I have two? Guys, this is so weird. You saw me pull these, right? You saw me shuffling. This is an example of how tarot blows my goddamn mind every so often. I mean, and by that I mean most days, because this is bananas that these two cards. So I took out two because I've got like the cold fingers. Unbelievable. First card, the Two of Wands. He's holding the globe. Wands are about passion, purpose, potential. He's like, where in the world do I want to go? What in the world do I want to be? I could do this. I could be here. I could do that. And it's all about potential yet to be fulfilled. Telling you you're at the tip of the iceberg of your potential. All this stuff to uncover and discover. And you have to get clear on what those intentions are in whatever area of life. Wealth, health, career, love, home, family. Because any action you take is preceded by intention. You know, and this is the what do I want to be when I grow up card. Because you could be 100, it still tracks. It's not just how you make your money, it's how you live your life, the person you're becoming, the life you're creating for yourself, which is an ever-evolving process. And I'm always saying in my readings, where focus goes, energy flows. And if 10 years later, he's still sitting there going, I could be here, I could do this, I could do that, I could be that. Then he's like the tube dude balloon guy outside the hot tub store, flip-flop, all over the place, not getting anywhere. So getting clear on those intentions, because that spark of you getting clarity of intention and like claiming that intention, knowing that you can change it down the road, but just doing it is what gives universe something to get behind. And this is like the first step of manifesting, right? The Two of Wands. It's the clarity of intention. Now here's where things get interesting. What card was stuck to it and came up right behind it? The Three of Wands. Oh, hi, it's the same guy. He has a different outfit on. He's ditched the globe because now he's chosen his direction. Before he's like, I don't know, this, that. Now he's like, oh no, that's what I'm doing. That's the goal. That's the objective. And it's telling you any kind of intention you have in whatever area of your life, it's time to get off your ass and get going. It's time to start planning the work so you can work the plan. And here's the thing to remember, you don't have to jump across that far mountain on the first step. You just have to get your toe on the path, knowing that you can course correct or hop on a new path once you go, but you need to go, because otherwise, again, 10 years later, he's still sitting there going, that's where I'll go, that's what I'll be, that's what I'll do. As soon as that's done, that's ready, that's over, that's perfect, then I'll do it. And this card is saying, baby steps, my friend, baby steps count, okay? So to have the Two of Cups and then the Three of Cups, because this is the clarity of intention, this is the inspired action. It's like the 2 steps of manifesting. It's like that. This is what tarot does. Tarot is like, bitch, did we stutter? Like, could we make it any more clear? We are going to make this as unambiguous as possible so you can't talk yourself out of it in 20 minutes, right? This is the magic of tarot. P.S. This is the kind of thing we're doing in the Tarot Intensive. And also, I'm going to be getting really busy in the coming months with stuff. So if you're wanting a reading yourself or wanting to get a gift certificate for someone else to get a reading, like, book sooner than later, because my availability is going to get down, and I usually just open a month in advance, but yeah, so just reach out if you're into a reading too. But like, come on, isn't that crazy? Isn't that good? Tarot's amazing. So yeah, we got like a double kick in the ass. And yes, you're right, whoever said about the 3 of it all, I mean, come on now. So there you go. I think that's pretty juicy. I would love to hear about how you're feeling about things. Also, if you do the tarot scopes in YouTube, if you go check out like your sun, your moon, your rising, your message for the month, like it for me, will ya? Or like save a comment, do a comment or something, because YouTube likes all that. I'm trying to be a YouTuber now. We'll see. What do we do with the ashes? You dump them outside or you flush them. Yeah, don't hang on to them. That's not what we're doing. Oh, look at Leslie. Good on you, getting in there, telling everyone what to do. They're telling her what to do, or him. I don't know. That's not how I'm psychic. Yeah, lovely. Lovely, lovely. So we're going to dump our ashes. We're going to not drink our moon water, but maybe use it to mix up your ashes if you have some, or use it to, like, I don't know, put a letter or a picture or something in. Do not drink the moon water, Andrea. Oh my God, do not drink the moon water. Not this month. Other months, absolutely. Whenever there's an eclipse, no, because it's such unstable, ungrounded energy. Like, it's great for giving a big oomph to what we're doing here tonight, but we don't want to, like, consume it. You know, we're not consuming the water. We're not consuming that instability and that, like, shock energy, but we are using it to give a little extra oomph to the shit that we just burned. Yeah. Okay, everyone, this was a damn delight. It's 9:06. Time for bed. I hope you have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow for Burn Your Shit. Bye. Or not burn your shit. You know what I mean. Card of the day. I'm tired. Okay.